4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Our Cincinnati Bengals headed to catch-up field. Oops, my bad, guys. Heinz Field, and Big Ben has a boob injury. My bad, guys. Again, pec injury coming up on Jungle Fever.
Not child.
It's that Jungle Fever, baby. Yeah, it's that Jungle Fever, baby. Yeah, it's that Jungle Fever, baby. Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Fourth and one in the clutch. We don't give a what. Punch it in through the gut. Nixon on the rush. It's that bingo talk. Facts in the jungle with racks. It's that jungle fever. Make them all believe us. Now they think we crazy. Cause it's who they baby.
What's up, everybody? This is Rax with the facts, and this is Jungle Fever, a Bengals podcast. And today, guys, I got another special guest. Well, my only special guest, all the fans' favorite, Vince. Say what's up, Vince.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing today?
All right, man. We got a lot to talk about. And I think me and him share some similar frustrations. Let's go ahead and get this started, though. Let's jump back to the Bears game. Let's start off with Andy. Andy actually looked good. He actually was running a lot until he got hurt, man. I was actually worried about it. I was kind of happy when he was out, when they put the rookie in. I was like, okay, we might have a chance in this game because Andy looked like he was going to torch our defense. I don't know, man. It's something like Andy got a vendetta against us, man.
I don't know. He must have a soft spot for him or something, and we let him play good against us every time. Into this game was that if he was playing, we were going to have a better chance than if Fields was playing, right? That's what we pretty much thought. It was the complete opposite here.
Yeah, the complete opposite. Our whole prediction, everything as a whole was the complete opposite. And I really blame Zach Taylor, and I've been watching other podcasts, and I've been hearing a lot of stuff, and and a lot of people seem to say that Zach time is coming to an end here really soon.
Yeah, it definitely does. But when I look on, I'm really active on Twitter amongst a lot of Bengals fans and stuff. I've grown my following a little bit on there. I mean, it's not like as big as anybody else, really.
Hey, it's something.
Yeah, it's something. But in my time on Twitter, I've been looking at some stuff. Bengals captain, a really popular fan and stuff amongst the Bengals and stuff. Everybody loves him on Twitter. He was looking back at film and stuff, and he brought up a few clips or pictures and stuff of the game when he was studying some deep routes there that were being covered according to him and what we saw. But again, it was mainly pictures and stuff, so we can't really decide that in real time. I would love to get my hands on that game film and study it over for myself and see if that's true or not. But from what I've seen, though, I think it is a combination to blame on everybody. But at the end of the day, most of the blame still has to go to Zach, regardless of what you may say.
Yeah. I honestly agree, man. They said he made some adjustments at halftime. What adjustments? Did he stop going 5 wide? There's no screen plays. He didn't even really play Chris Evans a lot. Like, I heard on a few other places that Chris Evans can block. So I went and did some research on when he was in college, and man, he's a good blocking running back, and he can pick up the blitzes and stuff. I don't know why they didn't try him. Maybe it's because he's a rookie. I don't know. But Mixon and P-Ron, they're not getting it done. They are definitely not getting it done. It's a combination of things. It's not just this O-line, but I am not letting the O-line off the leash, and I'm definitely not letting Burrow off the leash. And I love Burrow. Don't get me wrong. But Burrow had a bad game. Aaron Rodgers have a bad game. Brady had a bad game. And Brady's the GOAT. So him having a bad game, him trying to make something happen, I can see the frustration in him from not letting him. Let him lead. He want to be loose. Let him loose. Zach keep trying to comfort him. And I understand where Zach's coming from. Like, dude, if you get hurt, that's just my job. I got to make sure you stay alive. So it's kind of like a dilemma here, Vince. What do you think about that?
So, yeah, it is definitely a big dilemma. And going back on the running backs real quick, I definitely think Mix can come into his own in blocking. I don't think he's like one of the best at it. He's never going to be on Gio's level of what he did for us. But I think what you have to do is take Perrine. You got to move Perrine down to third string now. He's got to go down to third back. Chris Evans, he needs to get his shine, and if he can block for us, he's got to get his playing time 100%. Going on that dilemma with Zach, and I agree. I think it's a dilemma. I think Zach's trying to keep his job. I think he's trying to play to a certain limit and stuff, and the halftime adjustments or whatever he made, that didn't come until 5 minutes were left in the game and we were down 17 points, and it didn't really matter anymore. A lot of people say, "Oh, of course it mattered. We were in a spot to get on defense." And you can say all that, but after what I've seen the last few years, I've seen this movie time and time again. I like, it was actually sad. It was like watching a train wreck or a car crash in slow motion. It was basically just I knew it was happen. Reception and T. Higgins with the touchdown. They bring it with 3. I wasn't excited whatsoever. I was like, I'm not believing anything until maybe the defense gets a stop. And of course they didn't get a stop because I knew that what was happening. And you can say as a fan or whatever, that's not very loyal of you.
No, you just being real.
I'm just being a realist. I need to see something different in order to change my mindset there. But with the dilemma and stuff, Zach, if you want to keep your job, you got to go out and do what it takes to win. Just trying to protect Burrow has actually ended up in him being sacked and hit way more than what he would be if you just played more aggressively. Yeah, it's if you spread the field and you let Burrow loose, it's going to back the cornerbacks and the linebackers up. That front seven, all they have to do right now is just stack the box and cut off all these little 5-yard dart slants, dink and dunks, and shut down the run game, and that's it. Our offense is shut down. That's all it takes. If you throw down field more and you throw more out of the gun and you let Chris Evans block instead of Perrine and maybe play Auden Tate more than Mike Thomas, you're gonna open this offense up even more, and it's also make the offensive line jobs much easier. In a result, protecting Burrow a little bit better. So for my take on it, spread the field. Stop playing conservative, because playing conservative is actually going to end up being what gets Burrow hurt.
And it's coming from me. I've been analyzing football 20 years now. So what my take on it is, it's definitely Zach. He's not off the leash. Like, Zach, your play calling is so conservative that it's horrible, and it's so bland that it's predictable. But let me say this. Lamar Jackson don't have a great line, but he makes his line look good because he's able to extend the play. He's able to get away. Burrow last year did a lot of that before he got hurt. Burrow is not completely, this is my take, Burrow is not completely healthy enough to be Super Burrow who he was last year. He's not healthy enough. That's why he's not extending the play, which makes it so hard on the old line. Yes, y'all got to give him at least 3 seconds. But, it's a combination of Zach, this O-line, Burrow's mental's not into it. Basically, that's what it is. Play calling, Zach, the O-line, and Burrow. They're all not juicing right now. But I can promise you one thing, Vince. I got it in my notes here, and I wrote this back when they was in training camp. And when I wrote for today's notes, I wrote in there what I had months ago was Burrow won't show his true Super Burrow to Thursday night, that 4th week.
I can definitely see that, but I kind of disagree a little bit with him. I think he is healthy. I think he's feeling healthy.
Okay.
The issue is him being comfortable in the pocket. I think the issue is tight ends, is the scheme blocks, if that makes any sense. I don't know exactly, but
I know what you mean.
Just putting the tight ends and the running backs in the right spots to make the plays and help Burrow stay upright. And that's not happening right now. So you got to make changes. And speaking of changes, coming up this Sunday, we're not going to talk about Pittsburgh yet. We're still in this game. But just for insight, it looks like Xavier Su'a-Filo, he's going to be out Sunday. So it seems like Jackson Carman is going to get the start. So that means we're going to have a new young lineman in there, never played in the league before, but he's very athletic. He's been working his ass off this entire camp. He's been staying after practice. Everybody makes these reports about him coming in overweight, and he's being lazy. That was just the first week of camp. And it was because he had surgery from an injury to his spine. He had an injury on his spine that he had to get surgery done for, which is why he came in overweight. Ever since then, ever since that first week, he's been working his ass off. He's been getting better every week, according to reports. And he's been staying after to get some action. He has a very sturdy test against Pittsburgh's D-line, even with Tuitt out. But I definitely think, it's part of the scheming that you got to get Burrow comfortable with. Of course, he's going to take – I think these first few hits were necessary, but I think it was too many hits, nine sacks across 2 games, and how many hits? Almost like 18 or so. It's still too much. But I don't mind him getting hit, maybe 2 times. If he only got sacked twice, I think it would have.
My bad, guys.
I think Groove back.
Okay, all right.
But,
you had went out for a minute there, but you back now.
Oh, sorry. What did I cut off at?
Go back a little bit when you was talking about the backs.
Just scheming with the backs and stuff, making sure the backs are, okay, like you got to change it up. You got to put Chris Evans and you got to block, and that ultimately makes Burrow more comfortable. 9 sacks across 2 games, that's too much. I would have much preferred like 2 sacks in the Minnesota game and 2 sacks last week, just to give him enough confidence in his O-line and also rile him up a little bit and get him more comfortable and his confidence going. But
right.
It's definitely a scheme problem with this line right now. It's crazy actually was Trey Hopkins actually ended up being the best lineman last week against Chicago. He had the highest grade, but the weak point was XSF. He was the lowest grade. So
yeah.
It's going to Trey Hopkins did this week, no doubt, but I didn't expect it to be like he was the best performing lineman out of the entire group. That was a big surprise, but that's good. That's a good surprise. It means Trey Hopkins is coming along. Quinton Spain has to tighten up next week. He had a bit of a down performance, but yeah, XSF. I don't know if it's an injury or whatever, but whatever it is, Jackson Carman looks like I hope we'll get the start, and I hope he gets changed, and I hope he gets.
Yeah, most definitely. And just to keep it moving, just want to say a few things before we move on to the other game. Eli Apple sucks. Man, he sucks. Zach, you suck. And just in a perfect world here, Vince, just in a perfect world, say for instance, Jackson Carman is just lighting it up. He's just so much better than Xavier. Like, I'm talking about Sunday. Do you see? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into this Steelers game. So do you see?
Well, let's before we do, let's talk about the defense, because the defense.
Okay, all right, let's get it.
We got to talk about defense overall ranks 6th in the entire league right now.
Woo!
Who? Tell me who expected that coming
Not
into
me.
the season? I didn't expect. I was thinking maybe like at their peak, maybe around 16th or 15th, maybe, and stuff, around the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
While this offense is going to be top 10, it's been the complete offense has been like bottom of the barrel, and the defense has been like top of the league. But that gives me some reassurance, because if Zach can just flip the switch somehow and shut us up, and he gets aggressive, we're a playoff team. I don't see any way I don't see a result where we miss the playoffs if we get this offense rolling and we stay consistent with it. Logan Wilson is
he's a beast.
coming in. He's a pure cornerback. One held Allen Robinson to 2 receptions on 24 yards. Just complete great showing by him. The defensive line is ferocious. They are hungry this year. They have a certain instinct. Something is
You broke up there.
the fire. Oh, where did I break up at?
You said they had an instinct or something. It said it right before.
They just have an instinct to that defensive line. Something lit a fire under them. ADG continues to his breakout year. He's breaking out. He's playing fantastic. And I said that in this offseason that this linebacker core has the potential to be top 5 in the league one day.
Yeah.
Did I expect it to be this season? And looking like they have that potential. They really look like they can be a top 5 core at linebacker this season. It's incredible what they're doing. But the secondary just shut down everything besides Eli Apple. But even though we don't like Eli Apple, I got to say, even though he lets up some big plays here and there, for the most part, he does a decent job. You know, he's done a lot less credit than what he deserves, even though the plays that he does give up are horrible. You know, like he gave up. He gave like he doesn't. It seems like on the sideline when somebody makes a grab, he doesn't make any effort to like break it up or tackle the person and maybe throw him off balance. You know, that's something that he needs to fix. And if he doesn't, we need to get Darius Phillips in there.
Speaking of Eli Apple, like that play where he shoved the receiver and he still ended up catching it, but it was out of bounds. Here's my take on that. If you wasn't too busy shoving him, that was a quick interception right there. Like right there. And he threw it right there. But you wasn't paying attention. And that's that same thing that Darius Phillips does. It's hard for them. It seems like Eli Apple and Darius Phillips have the same problem. It's hard for them to watch the receiver and watch the ball. It's just like it's either or with them.
Yeah, the only difference, though, to me is Darius Phillips makes more plays happen than Eli Apple. I think Eli Apple's pure focus when in coverage is to break up the pass. While Darius Phillips, he does a little bit of both, you know, because even when he's playing corner, he is still going to look for the ball. He's obviously going to look for the pass breakup first,
right?
But if he has an open window, he's always going to go the interception, and that's why I think Darius Phillips needs to get the start over Eli Apple, because Darius Phillips is going to make a play happen way more than what Eli Apple will do. But Trey Wayne's probably coming this weekend. He is listed as doubtful, but according to Ben Baby on Twitter, who's a great Bengals reporter, follow him and turn on his notifications if you don't to get best updates. He thinks it's a little bit of a smokescreen. He thinks that it's he thinks what Zach Taylor is saying is doubtful, that T. Higgins and Trey is doubtful. You know, he thinks they're going to play. Or at least they're questionable. Anyway, not doubtful. So it's going to be interesting to see who plays and who doesn't. But I will say this: if T. Higgins doesn't play, and Auden Tate is still something, because that is criminal. That would be criminal.
Yeah, I mean, they need to give Auden Tate a chance. I can't believe they giving Thomas the shots over him. Like this guy's been putting it down for years for you. Like, put him in, and he's proven himself each and every time you put him in. You got to throw him the high balls, he'll go for it. I'm telling you, the guy's a straight stud.
And I will tell you, if they keep doing these dink and dunks and stuff, I would much rather have Auden Tate out there over Mike Thomas, because everything's contested. And you know who catches everything contested? Auden Tate.
Definitely does.
I would rather, if we put Auden Tate out there, I think we would have a better chance of making the dink and dunk offense right now work. So, you know, that's what I'm looking for this Sunday, is Mike Thomas to play more.
And one more thing, let me add to this before we move on. Definitely like DJ Reader, you know. It seems like he's getting his footing back under him with a sack. You know, he looked good. Sunday. Our whole defensive
so did
front.
Ogunjobi.
Yeah.
You know, so did Ogunjobi. I didn't really coming over from the Browns and stuff, you know, he didn't really do much, but everybody kept telling me, you know, the Browns didn't use him correctly, kept putting him in the wrong tackle position. You know, we're going to put him right. We're going to scheme. He's going to be in the right position. He's going to make plays for us. Like, I think he'll make a few plays every now and then. I mean, but I didn't really see much other than athletic ability. I was wrong.
Yeah. Dude's a beast.
Yeah, for real. I think he's probably gonna get his Madden rating up a little bit after a few weeks, you know, if he keeps playing like this. But I mean, he's just been playing lights out.
Yeah. So
out too.
So imagine if we had Joseph Asai. Oh my God, bro. Our defense would be like top 5.
Wait until we get Cal Kareem back. When we get Cal Kareem back, you'll be like, Osai who?
Yeah, they said
I'm I'm so high on Kyle Kareem. Like I've been so.
He's on the practice squad. I said practice. He's back on the practice field. I think he's on his way back.
Oh yeah, if anything, I think he'll play against Jacksonville. I
Yeah,
really do.
hopefully. If not, then I know he'll probably play week 5, most definitely.
100%. And what I saw in the preseason, in just 3 snaps, gets pressure, and deflects the pass, I believe. Second play got pressure again, and made the quarterback throw off balance, and then the third play he got sacked. You know, I mean, It was just ferocious, and that was the first snaps the Dolphins offense took. That was against starting players. Now, reckon the Dolphins offensive line is way worse than ours right now. Still, you want to see that ferocious, and you want to see that intensity is great. I'm really excited to see Kyle Kareem this season, and I think he's just going to make this pass rush even more electric.
Yeah, man. We got something in store for him. We just got to pull it together. We got to gel together, and our offense just got to come together. Like, y'all got to find an identity for yourselves. Y'all got to figure it out, man. And I know, like we said, I'm just going to brief on it. Zach, it's not the answer, and we're definitely a great defense to keep us in the game even after 4 turnovers. After 4 turnovers, you wouldn't expect to lose by 3 points.
Oh yeah. But go on this Zach thing. I in my last video on my YouTube channel, I ripped into Zach Taylor. I
seen it.
I want him gone by like week 5 at the earliest or latest. Yeah. But you know, it was an instant reaction. I recorded that immediately after the game.
Oh, I understand.
Some edited and stuff. I looked and stuff, and through the days, you know, we still got it. We still got to let him coach. We still got to let him get this ship sailing right. So, you know, I can't be completely on the Zach, but I'm definitely looking at other candidates right now as a replacement.
Yeah.
But just Zach, this is his shot this week to shut us up. This is a shot to get it right.
He shut us up last year. He shut us up. Well, I'm talking about when it came to Pittsburgh. I'm talking about only for Pittsburgh. No, overall, no, he did not. But when it came to Pittsburgh, like I said, guys, I said this in a video earlier. Like I said this like 10 videos ago. I said I remember that game, and I sat down in my living room, turned the TV on, and I was like, look, I'm not expecting to win here, guys. Just play good. Then I seen Juju dancing on the logo. It instantly hit me like, man, you know what? Nah, forget that. Hell nah. We want to win today. And I guess the team felt like that too. Like, he gonna disrespect us though? Let's get it.
100%.
Let's get it. And that's exactly how my mood changed. And I'm glad it played out like that, because I'd have been one pissed guy that night.
Oh yeah, 100%. It went beautifully. I think the whole league, really, at least the teams that Pittsburgh played down the final 5-game stretch, you know, when Juju was doing all that dance, I think all of them really took it as a way, you know, they took it personally. You know, the Bills even made it personal as well. I think Josh Allen, like in the speech before they marched out on the field and stuff, you know, he was talking about Juju dancing on the logo and stuff.
Yeah.
And I will say that's a repetitive theme throughout this last whole decade with Pittsburgh. They just give other teams complete control and bulletin board material, and they just get overconfident, over cocky, and then they collapse at the end of the season. Everybody thinks they'll be fine in the playoffs, and then they get their asses completely handled. Or they completely miss the playoffs. Happened in 2008.
We lost you there, bro.
Oh, there was
You said you was talking about you said back in 2008?
2018.
18. Okay.
Man, I'm having some issues right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good, man. You good.
But they started playing down in competition like they usually do. Missed the playoffs completely. They missed the playoffs. How do you do that? But then in 2017, you know, they got completely torched by the Browns that season. in the final game. They had their starting secondary out in the final game, and they were getting torched by the Browns. And earlier that season, they got their asses completely blown out by the Jaguars earlier. And then coming into the playoff game off the bye and stuff, Blake Bortles is complete garbage. He isn't going to win this team football. Pittsburgh's going to pass all over them because they have the better quarterback and the overall better team.
Yep.
Guess what happened? Jags beat them. No surprise there.
I remember that.
Even in 2019, people want to say, a bunch of people were injured. Ben Roethlisberger was injured. Mason Rudolph was starting. While that was true, they were in prime position to make the playoffs, and they were 8-5. And all they had to do to get in was beat the Jets, who were completely terrible that year, let me remind you. All they had to beat the Jets, and they completely flopped that game as well and missed the playoffs at 8-8. So, I mean, that's just a few examples of the common reoccurrence that Pittsburgh is.
That's why they say any given Sunday.
Gone through. I did not understand. They always play. They always showed against the Bills on week 1. However, they always play down to competition, and I think it showed against the Raiders last week. And I don't think they've learned anything as I've expected.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I think our defensive front is better than the Raiders. I mean, I looked it up. I mean, they got some studs, but I think
Max Crosby, they got a line.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not saying they don't. I just think ours is better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we have a better front. You know, Larry Ojanobi, DJ Reader, Trey Henderson, Sam Hubbard, DJ Hill. We got a better, and it's a good rotation they got going on. So the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I feel like we can get another 3 to 4 sacks again on Big Ben, and maybe a forced fumble or something. He can't move as much as he does, much as he used to, and that's why I say if we can continue this 3 sacks, 4 sacks a game, man, I love it, man. I truly love it, and you know it's going to get harder for him because teams see what your defense's weakness is, and they playing around it. So things is only going to get harder for him. It's not going to get easier. So,
can I add on to something real quick? So
go ahead.
You know, last week, you know, the Raiders only got 2 sacks on them. And, you know, when you think about that, you know, that sounds like their line's doing okay, you know. So, I mean, it's not good, but it's doing good.
It's not.
They let up 10 quarterback hits, though. 10. That is insane. So, you know, I think against a better pass rush like us, I don't think we should have any issues or any excuses whatsoever.
I feel it. Honestly,
get more quarterback hits, or you know, at the very least, more sacks. You know, that's what we should expect heading into this Sunday's game.
Yeah, and one thing I do not want heading into this game is I already feel weary about this game because just coming off that Bears game, and I know this is Zach's 3rd year, so we getting to know Zach. I just don't have the faith in him to have a game plan good enough around their defensive front, man. And I found out TJ Watt's playing. You know, he's questionable, but he's playing, you know, and I just don't feel good about our chances with our rookie. Like I said, in a perfect world, if he comes out and plays good, then I can see us really running the score up. But other than that, man, I don't know.
Well, you got to take this into consideration. TJ Watt is on the edge, so he's mainly going to be dealing with either Jonah or Riley Reef. So it's up to the Bengals to scheme this properly and get Jackson Harmon to. So what do you mean by the stunts?
Okay, you know, so like, all right, so they'll stunt something like this. They'll take Watt, set him on the end, but he'll stun into the side to Jackson. You know, and I don't know. And, you know, Tomlin's a great coach, man. I cannot take nothing away from that guy. He's a great coach.
Absolutely. But he is a great coach, but it seems like he doesn't know how to control his locker room.
Daddy don't. Daddy don't.
But, you know, even with those schemes, it's still, again, up to the Bengals to out-scheme that
Facts.
You know.
Facts.
It's still up to them to out-scheme that. And I think the way you do that is you have to help Jackson Harmon. And by what I mean by this is let Trey Hopkins and Riley Reef get mainly target TJ Watt. If they see TJ Watt, they have to head on him first, and then it's up to Jackson Carman to either pick up the man, rush him beside him, or help block TJ Watt and pancake him, hopefully. That's what he's got to do. So if TJ Watt rushes on the edge and you don't see too many people, you don't see anybody really coming up on his side, go to TJ Watt, help Riley Reef out. If you don't see anybody coming up on your side and Trey Hopkins has TJ Watt, help him out. That's what you got to do.
Send a running back to chip. Send a running back to chip. I don't care. Don't just protect Burrow.
Exactly.
I think Cam Hayward can wreck the joint, but we do got Quentin Spain over there for him. Quentin Spain, like you said, he did a little drop off last week, but overall, he's looked great, man. He's looked great. PFF got him high. I don't think I think he allowed some hits, but I don't really think he allowed any sacks last week.
That was mainly XSF.
Yep.
But I also read too, I think Joe and Riley both gave up a sack though that game.
Yeah, they showed it on. It was a perfect play. They did I think it was a stunt on us. They did a stunt and he did not pick it up. He let him come straight through. He followed the stunt and he just let Khalil Mack run right there.
Yeah, that's one of the few bad spots and one of the few mistakes they'll make this season, but of course that's expected, It's still a young tackle, Jonah Williams, that, still learning the ropes. He's only played 10 games, he's got to stay healthy this year, but Jonah Williams definitely has top 10 potential at the position this year. And Riley Reef, I mean, even with that sack, he's still been a great veteran, and I love that signing. I think he's been way better than what people expected him to be. And you got to take into consideration, last year he played over 1,000 snaps and he only gave up one sack. He gave up one sack.
That's great. That's really, really great. One sack?
And he only had 1,000 snaps. He only gave up 21 pressures. Now, 21 pressures sounds like a lot, but over the course of a now 17-game season, and and at the 1,000 snaps he played, that's really good. I heard about the amount of pressures. Everybody was talking about, he gave a bunch of pressures last year, though. He only had one sack. The pressures were the problem. I thought he gave up way more than 20 pressures in 1,000 snaps. When I heard that for the first time, I was like, what are y'all talking about? This is amazing.
Right.
That's amazing.
We got a bad rep, man. Everything we do is multiplied by 10. So if Riley Reef gave up, in 2,000 snaps, if he gave up 5 sacks, the media will multiply it by 10. On the bad side. That's just how it is. It's always been that way. But I heard you mention something about a smoke screen, about them being hurt and questionable. I pray it's just a smoke screen. I really want to see T. Higgins. That'll really put so much stress on this young secondary that the Steelers have. And plus they have some really key injuries that I didn't mention yet besides TJ Watt.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely do want to see T. Higgins, but at the same time, I kind of do hope he doesn't play, because I want to see this coaching staff play Auden Tate. I want to see Auden Tate get his snaps. I want to see Auden Tate go out and prove why he should be getting the wide receiver 4 position over Mike Thomas right now, because it's inexcusable what they're doing to Auden Tate, to play Mike Thomas over Auden Tate, and even to cut Trent Irwin in the first place and stuff and keep Mike Thomas, even though Trent Irwin outperformed him on every level in that preseason,
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous. I think you got to get Auden Tate some snaps. I think you got to get him out there to show his worth and to show the coaching staff to just make it inexcusable to not start him over Mike Thomas. That's the end goal to me. But so I do hope T. Higgins plays. Injuries horrible and stuff, and I hope he's okay. I do want Tate to go out and have a day. Just have a day.
Yeah, really. And there's another thing that sticks out to me. Over the course of the 3 years, the 2 years and 2 games, Zach will kill his own team's momentum. Let me give you an example, clear example. Okay, our team gets an.
I don't even think you have to say. I think everybody knows the one game you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, so okay, all right. I ain't even gonna talk about that game. Just let me give you a clear example of what Zach will do. All right, let's say Jesse Bates gets an interception at a great time. The crowd, the Bengals go wild. We all at home like,
Yep, you're saying the exact game.
The next play, right? He don't go deep. He don't feed off the momentum. He hands it to Mixon. Mixon gets 2 yards. Now I'm drowning. Now me as a fan, I'm drowning out now. My excitement is going down. So I can imagine how the players are like, what? Man, throw it deep. Feed off the momentum of your players. They just got hyped for this. This is what they do. This is their job. They gonna we got talent across the board, and that is a young secondary. And I will be freaking upset, Vince, if he don't test them.
Yeah, I from what I'm hearing from the players and stuff, it seems like everybody wants to test them. Everybody wants to just let loose and open up, the play calling and stuff. But I got to say, I'm not happy with Zach's answers and responses to his question because it seems like he's just trying to shift the blame to other people. For example, when he said, like, he's maybe praised the defense, everybody's saying, oh, he still praised the defense and all this. But the comments to say the defense needs to create more turnovers after that kind of game.
Dude, that's number 6.
Even after that, even all that praising and stuff, that's still inexcusable. And create turnovers, my ass. They created a turnover to put you in position to be down 3 and put it in a spot to win that game. And they also had a strip sack by Hendrickson that Logan Wilson would have recovered if not for Justin Fields making a great play. That's also a common misconception that the fans have made reviewing this game is that Logan Wilson missed the play. No, it was actually a great play made by Justin Fields. He actually reached in, swatted the ball. Got it back. He got it back, and he made a great play. But going back on that, it's going to be up to Zach Taylor to listen to the players and open it up and keep his foot on the gas, because that's something he fails to do, is keep his foot to the pedal and stomp on their throats and end the game and run it up. It seems like it's almost like he wants to run up his 1-score record. Like he wants to win more 1-score games to make it look better on his resume. Look, Zach, those 1-score games are going to come as they go. They're going to come, and it's going to get better over time regardless. So I don't know what your mindset is. I don't know. Huh?
What resume? Like, dude, like, honestly, if he thinks he's going to be another head coach after the Bengals, if he screws this up, I can almost guarantee you he would only be like a quarterback coach. That's it. Zach is just a really good quarterback coach. That's why when he left the Rams got rid of Goff. Like, no, dude. You're horrible. Zach was here to save you.
I don't know if it's being horrible because he's kind of playing pretty good in Detroit right now. But I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know that butt. He did another butt fumble.
Oh, he did? I didn't catch.
Yes, man. Go back and check out the fumble, bro. He couldn't even get it. He couldn't even pick up the fumble because it's like his head was caught on his lineman's ass. I'm real talk. So it was like this reaching for the ball. Like, bro, this is hilarious, bro. You gotta go when it's over, bro. Check that out. That's hilarious. Like,
I'll go check that out for sure.
And I was watching James Rapine. So he said something that to speak on Jared Goff in the Lions. So he said that it's 4th and whatever. Say it's 4th and 3, right? The Bengals throws a out route to T. Higgins, which gets squatted. And why would you throw that play? Why would you do that play on 4th down when you should be clearly going across the middle? All right. Secondly, Detroit Lions needed 3 yards for a first down on fourth down. And guess what they did? They did an out route just like the Bengals. Who does this, man? Who does this? Like, literally, like, I understand everything that they're saying, and I understand, like, all the logic to it. Like, bro, you're limited in your options with these out routes when they just sitting on these routes.
Exactly. I mean, I like you said, I get where they're coming from. I get what they want to do. They want to try and do their best to protect Burrow and get like, I guess, I don't know. I can't even call it a rhythm, just basically their whole agenda is just to protect Burrow as best they can. But with limiting these and not spreading the field and letting targets run loose, you're going to get Burrow sacked more because all they have to do is just stack the box and sit in their position, and the plays are going to come to them. The pass is going to come to them. And even blame Burrow a bit for those 3 interceptions. Part of those 3 interceptions were because of the scheming and the defense easily figuring it out, just stacking the box, play down low, And then it was at that point where Zach Taylor was forced to throw over the top. You know, he had no choice because everything going low was getting picked the fuck off. Sorry, I don't know if you can say that.
Nah, you're good, bro. You're good.
Yeah,
you're good. We're straight.
But you know, just everything was getting picked off. You know, down low, so he forced over the top. And what happened when he finally went over the top? Chase makes two defenders, two defensive backs look completely silly. You know, he made them look silly. You know, and that's exactly what I wanted all game. You know, because that's the Rams did. That's what Cooper Kupp did all over him. How do you let Cooper Kupp burn you by like 10, 15 yards over the top? That's insane.
It's the scheming, bro. It's the scheming of the play calls.
Exactly. And
you know, Zach don't have it. Zach don't have it. And obviously, McVay ain't handing him over when he called, like, hey, help me out. Nah, dog, I ain't letting you know. You might have to play me one day. Nah, dog. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, because Zach doesn't have it.
Well,
Zach doesn't have it. And obviously,
it's exactly that, because he still gives him advice. He still calls him up every now and then to help him out. You know,
yeah.
He told him to draft Burrow. He told him, you know. So
I understand, like completely. But you know, evidently he's holding something back because Zach ain't got it, and it's obviously that Zach. Okay, so Zach says in the conference that even Burrow, he said there's no communication problems. Okay. All right, so I got a quick question to add to that. If there's no communication problems, when Burrow and you are talking in the Bears game, like, what are they doing? What's up? What's up? What I need to call? What's up? Whatever that conversation was, I don't know how it goes, but I'm pretty sure it's there. When Burrow told you they're sitting on the routes, when Chase told you they're sitting on the routes, what did you do? Because I think there really is, Vince, a communication problem, and it's going to look bad. If he says, yes, we have a communication problem in year 3, maybe year 1, year 3, Zach, I think he knows he's in over his head. I actually think Zach ready to get his job up, bro. What do you think? I think he's ready to give it up.
I pray that's not the case because, man, that would just, you know, if he's ready to give the job up, there's zero chance we win against Pittsburgh. And there's a I don't know how happens. Possibility we lose to Jacksonville.
Okay, check me out.
But hold on.
Okay, I got you. No, bro, you good. Roll, keep rolling.
I think what it is, and, you know, it really sucks because, you know, whenever there's some dumb plays being called and there's bad schemes, everybody, you know, tells them, why doesn't the quarterback just audible out of it every time? You know, audible out of it every time. You can't do that, or else the coach is going to get pissed. The coaches are going to get pissed if you audible out of every single little play. You know,
well, every single little play is bad.
Yeah, but you know, and I get it, but you know, you gotta keep some sort of stability there, even if the play calling is bad. You still have to go with it sometimes. You know, I think you should audible way more. You know, obviously, but you still got to keep the audibles at a certain limit. Or else there's going to be a problem with the coaching staff because it's going to be like, you don't trust me, you don't trust my calls. You know, it's going to create all this dysfunction and stuff. No, it's just got to be yeah, you got to get the communication off. I got
you though. I'm just making fun, but I understand Vince completely what you're saying though. Like, yeah, and you got to keep that drama free, you know, and that does cause feelings to flare up, you know, and you know. And it's got to be somebody real in the house, and it can't be nobody but Burrow. The front office is not going to get rid of Burrow before they get rid of it. They're going to get rid of any coach before they get rid of Burrow. You know what I'm saying? So if in week 7, if it's still going on, man, Burrow needs to be real. Like whoever calling these plays, whoever's drawing these up, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. And back to what I was saying though, Vince. Think fed up with the job is he's been made, you know, Zach holds his feelings in, but Chase, you drafted this outspoken receiver. Chase spoke up. Even Burrow said a few things about them not going deep and testing them. Bro, it's going to be so many passes Sunday from Burrow, just going deep, and it's only because Zach is fed up, and we don't care. You suck. I'm just telling you. And everybody can get mad at me and they say, bro, it's only week 2. It's like they say, everybody say, it's been analyzing this. It's been 2 years and 2 games. Don't forget about
2 years and some. It's been 2 years and some change. There's a pattern here with it.
Yes, yes. And I think he knows he's going to get fired. So right now, it's all I'm letting all my guns loose.
What's sad about it really is just, you really don't have to be fired. You don't really. He has the perfect opportunity to keep his job here. If he really does just say screw it and goes deep every time, or he opens the playbook more, it's just simple. If it's that simple, if he does that, I guarantee you this offense is going to look 10 times better. I think this offense is going to score at least 10 more points than what they're scoring right now.
Yeah, that's 35 points a game.
Yeah, and with that, I think that's going to lead to more wins because the defense, I think they're going to keep doing their job. The defense looks fine. They seem disciplined. They seem hungry. They seem like they want to win.
Half of the offenses in the league can't even score 35 points.
Exactly. So I mean, if you can just score.
We lost you there again. You said if you can just score what?
If we can just score over 20 to 24 points this game, we win.
Yeah.
I don't see Pittsburgh getting anything above 20 points or 25 points.
And I get it. If we can keep Big Ben with pressure in his face and keep him running, I definitely don't see them going over 20 points. And especially with one of their number one receivers out, he's not going to play, and Devin Bush will play. Alex Highsmith is not playing. Hayden will play. So that's pretty much it. Everybody's going to play except for
Deontay, Highsmith, Antuit, and I think one of their linemen's out too. I can't remember though.
Yeah, so I'm looking for our defensive front to have a great day. I knew Big Ben was going to play. That's why I made fun of it in the intro. He always does this to us. It's just always something with him. I'm really looking forward, Vince, to the Mike Hilton, Juju Smith matchup. They had to play each other in practice. They had to go each other. They know each other. What you think about that matchup there?
It's going to be very interesting to see. Juju ain't even starting out that hot either. So Mike Hilton, who's having a pretty decent season, I would say, for us, is making some plays, getting to the quarterback, helping get pressure and stuff. I think he can have a day on Juju, but it's gonna be up to Juju to get physical if he wants to beat Mike Hilton. If he wants to beat Mike Hilton, he's gonna have to get physical with Mike Hilton, because Mike Hilton, even for being a cornerback and being very aggressive, he is small for his size. And I think Juju's bigger than him and he's stronger than him. So that's going to be an interesting matchup to see. It's going to be up to Mike Hilton to scheme. Oh, sorry,
you're good.
Right off there. It's going to be up to Mike Hilton to play his game correctly, and he's going to have to play his cards around Juju's strength. But it's going to be very interesting to see, and I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see Mike Hilton blitz a lot more. Actually, this game, I think you're going to see him blitz more often than drop back in coverage.
Well, it's only fair. It's only fair.
They're going to want to get to Ben. They're going to want to make him uncomfortable here.
When they had him, they blitzed the out of us. So it's only fair that we got him now, that we use him the same exact way.
Especially since the Steelers' offensive line is horrible right now as well.
Yeah. So that's why I say, man, I understand that, Pittsburgh has a knack for the Bengals. And, we did win one last year. And everybody that I've talked to, man, I don't know, man. Even talking to you on Twitter earlier, man, I got your reaction kind of from, your picks. Like, I really want to go with the Bengals. So I just like that thought right there. It just goes along with everybody else I talk to. And even it's in me a little bit like, man, it's hard for me to pick the Bengals when we always go in there and kill ourselves. Penalties. And it's been like that for years. Penalties.
Yeah.
But this is different this year.
When was the last time we won Heinz Field? 2015?
The last time we won in Heinz.
I'm pretty sure it was 2015 when we won that ugly game. It looked like we lost, and then Drake Kirkpatrick made that crazy interception and we came back.
Yeah. So that was the last time, man. And it's been that's 6 years ago. It's 6 years ago. So the odds are very highly stacked against us. But the only reason I got faith in ours, because I bleed black, I bleed orange and black. The only reason I got faith is, man, their O-line suspect. Let's talk about that a little bit, man. So what do you think about their O-line?
I think people blew up Trey Turner being a factor way too much.
Yeah.
I would have liked in Cincinnati, in the offseason, but I mean, even though I wasn't expecting like him to like go back to his Pro Bowl level, I was really expecting the bare minimum out of him at most.
Right.
But I still would have loved the signing, except now after his whole ordeal, spitting in a player's face and stuff. Actually, did he get suspended or did he just get fined?
I think he just got fined, man. I don't think they did anything but fine him.
Yeah. So, with that, he's not really that good anymore. The injuries and stuff, I think caught him a little bit. I think it's diminished his playing style. They have no name tackles. Basically, the tackles are horrible.
They all. This is their first year working together. They all knew they did a rebuild offensive line.
Kevin Dotson's pretty much the only bright spot on that line right now. I don't know how good has Kendrick Green been for them.
Nobody's been good for them. I watched the last 2 games, and man, it's similar to ours. So I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade, but their offensive line is a little bit worse than ours, bro. Like seriously,
Yeah.
Like the Raiders didn't throw through many stunts. The Raiders didn't do too much, bro. Okay, all right. Let me give you the Bear. You know how the Bears did us? When the Bears played do the Bears play the Pittsburgh this year? Do they play the Steelers this year?
Yeah, they do because we
bro, the Bears is gonna wreck their whole world, home or away. If they did the same thing they did to us, bro, that old line is, unless they do something, if they play them later on down in the line down the road and they get it together by then, that's the only way, bro. Like a good front, like the Bengals, is going to wreck their world. I think that's why we win. I think our defense wins this game for us, bro. Honestly.
If we keep sticking to the same dink and dunk style, that's how it has to be. The defense has to win it for us here if we have any chance. But speaking on that though, with the Steelers and stuff, it seems like with this whole decade, it's either they start out slow and then they get it together by the end of the season, or they start out fat, or the usual they start out fast and they collapse towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to rely on the defense to win this game if we still stick to the same conservative play calling. If we open this game up, I think we win this game 100%, no doubt in my mind. But if we can't open the playbook, it's going to be a lot closer. It's going to be very low scoring, I think, and it's going to be up to the defense to get the turnovers. They're going to have to, but I do think they can, especially with Deontay being out, that's one less weapon. So it's going to have to be up to them. And plus, I'm not worried about Najee Harris on the ground. No, because we've done fantastic against the run.
And that's why I'm worried. That's why I'm worried. My bad, V. But that's the only reason I'm worried, because we've been doing good on the ground, man. Mike Tomlin is just so good against us, and I hate the Steelers.
Yeah, but we shut down David Montgomery, 61 yards.
61 yards.
We shut down Dalvin Cook, also 61 yards.
Yeah.
So, and both of them 3 yards per carry. And what has Najee been doing really on the ground? He hasn't been doing too hot at all.
No, I think his highest game was like 60 yards.
Yeah, he's been struggling. So, but
like you said, they're gonna use him at the pass game.
This is something that's that people are overlooking that's actually been killing us on defense. Even though our defense has been amazing, this one simple play is killing us. Dumping off to the running back or screen passes. Screens and short passes to the running back and letting them run in field has been killing us.
And they're going to do a lot of that. They're going to attack the running backs, the linebackers too.
That's what Najee Harris has been succeeding very well at. He's been in the passing game. He's been great.
Yeah. You stopped again there, bro.
For them. Sorry, I cut out again.
You said you've been good in the passing game for them, then it stopped. Seems like we lost Vince there, y'all. He'll be back soon. So I'm gonna keep on going. Like he said, they're gonna attack us with screens and short passes, to Najee Harris, to the tight ends, and look for Big Ben to attack our linebackers, which I think that'll be a big mistake with Logan Wilson on the rise. He's been doing good lately, guys. He's been showing out lately, and I'm I'm really looking for him to have a big day. And we are going to be without Trey Waynes and T. Higgins. They said they're questionable, but it could be a smoke screen or whatever. But we got Vince back. Welcome back.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, it could be a smoke screen. T is dealing with a shoulder injury. But like everybody say, this we both tied. We 1-1. Somebody's going to come out of this game under 500. Definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be up to the linebackers this game. I think I have faith in our cornerback, unless Trey Waynes isn't starting. If Eli Apple's starting again, there's going to be a bit of concern there. However, even with Eli Apple, they held it down pretty decently. Yeah, look for Chidobe to make a play. I think he gets an interception this game. But
Broke up, bro.
step. this I'm using my phone as a webcam, so this app and the connection to it awful. If I keep breaking up, I'm sorry, but
we towards the end, so you good. Yeah, definitely linebackers. Yes, yeah. Like you said, if we make them one-dimensional, drop them down the screens and just passes, this game is ours, definitely. But if we let Pittsburgh control the trenches, from their defense, then we're in trouble. Like you said, TJ Watt's not going to be 100%. Maybe we can even knock him out the game. Hopefully, I don't never wish injury on anyone, but he was already injured before we started, so that's not on me. So
we're not wishing for injury. We're just saying if he is out of the game, that's another advantage we have to take care of.
Thank you. Yeah, and before we get out of here, we're going to give you our predictions. I'm gonna let you go first, Vince. Because I know you got something interesting to say.
So I think I got to start with the X factors on each side of the ball. We did that last time, I believe. So let's start with it here.
Okay.
The X factor on offense, I think, be Jackson Carman if he plays. If he doesn't play, the X factor is going to be Zach Taylor. Actually, Zach Taylor's going to be the X factor if Jackson Carman doesn't play.
I would love to see that.
Even though he's on the field. But even though he's not on the field, even though he's going to be up to him to scheme this offense rolling. If you can't get this offense rolling again, that's likely sealing his fate for the end of the season. And I don't see how he win more than 7 games this season if he continues to do the same conservative bullshit.
Yeah.
So those are my factors on offense. Jackson Carman if he plays, if not Zach Taylor. On the defensive side of the ball, it's going to be Logan Wilson. I think he's going to have to continue his leadership role, even ADG in a way, but it can go either way with them. But I'm mainly eyeing Logan Wilson because he's the center of that linebacker core, and he's the main leader on the defense and overall team. So he's got to make a play. He's got to make the tackles. He's got to make some interceptions happen, which I believe he will, because in his rookie year, to have the eye coordination to get 3 interceptions as a rookie linebacker, that is insane. He showed complete promise his rookie year. I was hooked to watching him play. He's stepping up. He's playing really good this year too. So I think he needs to get an interception this game, and I think he's got to make every tackle. He cannot miss any tackles whatsoever if we're going to win this game on defense.
Okay.
And that's basically the X factors. However, for the prediction, I'm going to have to rock Steelers 24-21 here.
Okay. And that's understandable,
actually,
bro.
I'll go it a little lower. I'm gonna say 17-14. That's gonna be my score prediction. Steelers win 17-14. So, however, again, like I said, if Zach Taylor gets his offense going, we win, no doubt in my mind. But if he keeps the same conservative play calling, I'm gonna roll with the Steelers here. I need to see something different from Zach Taylor. I gotta see him change. I gotta see him shut us up. I gotta see him get this offense rolling for us to win them, in my opinion.
I don't believe in Zach, so I feel you.
Yes. Yeah. So until I see change, I gotta pick the Steelers here. Until I see a change. Until I see it.
I feel you. And I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all 2 X factors in my prediction. Like you said, I'm gonna go with Jackson Carman. In a perfect world, I keep saying this because I'm trying to hawking into existence. In a perfect world, he's perfect, man, and he holds Burrow down. And we got this offensive line that looks 10 times better than it did these past 2 weeks. And Burrow doesn't get hit as many times. You know he's going to get hit. Expect that, just not as many times. And my next X factor was going to be Jamar Chase. Only because I think they're going to, I don't want to say force it, but they're going to go deep. They're going to test these waters. And I think he comes up big a few times, maybe not every single time, but I think he comes up big. And I think he scores his third straight touchdown. And
Also, just to step in real quick, don't forget Tyler Boyd either. Tyler Boyd always has great games against Pittsburgh.
yeah. Because he's from Pittsburgh.
Yep.
He be wanting to show out, bro. He be wanting to show out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my predictions with this, Vince, and it's really hard, guys, because I'm a realist. I'm a really realist, and I was wrong because I went with my fan head last week, and I was wrong. But in a perfect world, Vince, in a perfect world, the Bengals will win 31-17.
I agree. I definitely think that's in a perfect world what the score should be. If anything, it should be 31-14 with how bad their offense has looked. Offense seems to have gotten worse somehow from last year.
And I think they scored 17 points in the second half.
I can see it because that's what they do a lot. They get down big, they're getting blown out, and then they start trying to march back way too late, and they succeed, but it's way too late. We saw it against the Browns. They're down like 28-0, and then they start marching back, and they lost by only 11 points, but it was, of course, way too late. Same with the Jaguars in 2017. But definitely. I definitely think that's a perfect world score. I know it's going to happen. Like I said, I got to see Zach Taylor play. And even then, like you said, using your fan mindset last week and stuff, I was using my realist mindset, actually. Even though I was coming from a fan perspective, of course, a little bit, I was still being a realist because I saw the way the Rams torched their secondary. I thought they were just being conservative on purpose week one to get Burrow comfortable and to see how he can feel on it, and they ultimately won the game. So I wasn't complaining too much. However, they stuck to it this game last week. So that was the issue there. And, even if we won that game, I still would have been pissed off. Because I would have
Burrow got hit too many times.
Yeah. And in my personal opinion, this is an unpopular opinion, I think I would have rather stayed the same score, 20-3. I kind of wish we lost big so we can drill it as much as we can into these players and coaching most of all's heads that you got to change something up.
But our defense just don't stop.
Exactly, because even with the comeback, I'm afraid some of them might take it as, we just ran out of time, or we just, they were just playing too good. If we had a little bit more time, we would have won that game. We just got to stick to it and come back.
They almost ran out of time in week 1 too, man. It's just, I think we was just blinded over a win.
If it wasn't for Jermaine Pratt, we would have lost. If it isn't for Jermaine Pratt, we would 0-2 right now. 0-2, 100%.
100%. And Zach would have probably been out of here. That's in a perfect world.
If we lost to Pittsburgh and we went to 0-3, then it would have been Zach's job.
Yeah. But hey, I really, really hope we show out and don't get disappointed. And look for our instant reactions. Check Vince out on his page. Vince, tell them where they can find you.
My channel name is just Vince. It's a weird font. I'm sure you'll put it down in the link in the description for you to check it out.
I got you.
But if you need to look it up or something, just look up Joe Burrow versus Carson Palmer. It's Tale of Two ACLs. That's the title to it. You'll find it there. It has almost 4,000 views. We're closing in on that. That's my most successful video. On Twitter, it's just Q Smart Review. But made it back in 2016. If you want to look it up another way, it's just Frank Pollock Enthusiast. I have 650 followers. Give it a follow there. Get me to 700. That's my unfiltered side. So if you want to see a bunch of crazy takes, funny tweets, everything, just see my side overall. Just follow Twitter there and also subscribe to my YouTube. Check out my latest video, instant reaction to the Bears game, and where I ripped into Zach Taylor. Tune in Sunday for another instant reaction to Pittsburgh.
Yes, sir. And y'all know where y'all can find me at right here on YouTube, Jungle Fever, and Twitter at Rack Cincy. Definitely following my man Vince here, and go and check out all his other videos, and check out that Palmer versus Joe Burrow. It's actually pretty good. I watched a lot of his videos. And I really like his intro. So y'all go and check that out, guys. And before we get out of here, y'all know what it is. It's Who Day, baby.
Who day?
All right, y'all.
Nacho.
It's that jungle fever, baby. Yeah, it's that jungle fever, baby. Yeah, it's that jungle fever, baby.